So if I understand this right, let's start from our previous save. Okay, welcome back to Planet Crafter again, the humble DLC, still, for now. We have a solar system that we can explore now. Prime is the original planet. That's not challenging, and we know everything that's there. If I revisit Prime at any point, it's probably going to be on like a hardcore playthrough or something instead. I mean, we might revisit it anyway for the sake of completionist, for the sake of it, but it's going to be pretty easy to ramp up, given that I have everything unlocked and I know everything is. Selenia is the first moon, so it says a moon with basic resources available only, but with an advanced human settlement detected. So that suggests to me that it's going to be a very different experience. There's this extra selenium that seems to be used in some of the crafting, tier 2 heat generation. That's pretty nice. Uses a heat multiplier fuse to make it, though. That's pretty intense. But also some special frog eggs, a growth multiplier fuse, and some special fish eggs as well. So some incentive to go there at some point. And some redwoods, it seems. It uses tier 3 fertilizer. But the interesting thing is we don't get tier 3 fertilizer from Selenia. We get tier 3 fertilizer from Aqualis. So Aqualis is a moon mostly covered in water, where resources are scarce and mostly organic, and no human traces detected. So, no wrecks, presumably, no containers, no bases, nothing. So, blank slate. You're not able to start on this one. That's the interesting thing. Selenia you can choose as a starting option, but it says for advanced gameplay or advanced players recommended or something. So that's a challenge for another day. Also, it has a higher final terraforming index. Aqualis has an even higher one at 7. So it starts off with submerged instead of barren, and then we get seismic activity. And then we get corals, seismic shocks, water plants, breathable atmosphere, kind of a moot point when it's mostly underwater. We're going to be relying on our oxygen tank again, natural life, and then complete terraformation. And it has phosphorus as a special element, also special fish eggs, tier 2 wind turbine, about time. That has the tier 3 fertilizer because it includes phosphorus. Tier 2 outdoor farm, because I guess that's the only way you get things to grow. A tier 3 butterfly farm, which I love the sound of. Special frog eggs, special fish farm. Palm trees, presumably, palmelia. Animal multiplier fuse. So previously there was no fuse for animal multiplication, but I guess you can put that down around your fish farms and stuff. So that's an interesting one. And because this is the one that you can't start on, I think that's the perfect one to visit as a New Game Plus. That's kind of what they expect, I feel. So the question now is, what do we take with us? Obviously, we're going to need some survival things, but I do already have, I'm assuming I get to keep all of my gear for a start. So tier 4 oxygen tank, tier 6 backpack, I've got the best jetpack, I have the air filter, and I have the water filter. We could always take some energy cells with us in case we find, well, but it says no human things detected, so probably no settlements. Food might actually be a good thing to take, and possibly some energy multiplier fuses. So, how are we off for power here? We've got 43... Oh yeah, 43 megawatts available, that's right. What happens if we get rid of one of them entirely? I'm assuming everything falls apart. Or we can just take out a couple of the fuses. Maybe? What are we down to now? Still a huge excess. Okay, maybe we don't need this second one at all. Yeah, I think we don't need the second one. Okay, good to know. Yeah, we're still good. Alright. So I then want to take the materials to make a fusion, because if we can do a triple boosted fusion reactor, that's going to set us up for a while. So 5 of those, and then it's just, what, 4 super alloy? Yeah, 4 super alloy. So that's a good start. Do we take ore extractor? Probably. I'm assuming I get to keep everything that's on my person. There's also a crate inside the rocket, so I don't know if you get to keep everything you take with you. That's enough for a tier 3 ore extractor. And that also does heat and pressure, which is a good start. Harvesting robot might be another thing that could be useful. I don't know if it's worth taking materials for a tree spreader or not, because that would help ramp things in terms of oxygen and plants. I'd have to find some seeds though, or just take one with me. I mean, I'm done terraforming this planet, right? It doesn't matter if I remove something from the equation. Though I would be getting rid of one of my special trees. Maybe I'll just take one of the 400s. You're gonna come with me. And assuming that we have a bit of land to stick something like that on. I mean, it did have palm trees and it did have butterfly farm tier 3, so there must be some way to put those down. And yeah, maybe we take some food with us. I think we might be good to go. I don't know if it autosaves. I also don't know whether or not you can just immediately come back, or whether or not you have to build a platform. How does your rocket land? I guess this is your, like, starting pod, normally, right? Is this, like, what it recommends that you have? You have to build another rocket to come back, plan ahead, take resources to survive, and build another departure platform and travel. So that's why it says this checklist here. Okay, that's probably smart. Maybe we put some of these resources in here. Put the survival resources in here, at the very least. Titanium I probably don't need to take with me, right? That's a bit of a waste of space. But, whatever. That was just for the extractor, I think. So maybe we do those, the really hard to get things. Maybe we leave these behind. And then we're going to make sure that on us is enough for another extraction platform. Which means we need 2 more energy multiplier fuses. I only have 1 spare one of it. Oh, I'm taking 3 though, so that's fine. Like, I don't need to boost my power that much immediately. But I need 3 fusion energy cells. Okay. Is that enough? 1 each of the other rods as well, I think. Iridium and uranium. I don't have another iridium. Psych, yes I do. Few circuit boards as well. And spare energy multiplier fuse. So we'll have 4 of those. I think we're good. I think we're good. It'd be nice if it gave you the option to back up your save as well. Just in case something goes wrong, right? So that's now full of stuff. Okay, so here's content of your backpack, container, and the travel rocket. Good, so we get both of those, land on a barren planet, build another rocket to come back, plan here, take resources to be able to survive, and build another departure platform and travel rocket. So we can do that. Assuming we land on dry ground, we're going to be able to do this at least. So, Aqualis we go. Are you ready to leave the planet? You won't be able to come back until you've built an extraction platform on the destination planet. I'm aware, yes. Let's watch this cutscene. We saw the others yesterday. Off we go. Warning, low power. Okay, we're on dry land. That's a good start. Thanks for choosing the highly experimental Better Life program. By continuing to terraform planets and moons near your designated planet, you increase the administration's leniency towards your case. Additionally, you help Sentinel Corps support other planet crafts by furthering our knowledge of terraforming techniques. Interesting. So that's how that's positioned. Yep, here's all our stuff. Good. Alright, that's an interesting way of positioning things. I have left me enough, well, I've got just enough inventory space to be able to build a little house. Using some of the other titanium that I really didn't need to bring with me. But let's start with a living compartment, because it's a very good place to start. And grab the silicon that was over here. And some more iron. I mean, the fact that I can immediately jetpack around is a great start. So let's just put the door on here. Okay. We have oxygen sorted. That's the most important thing. Now, let's get our No, I need power first. Let's get power down. For that, we need to plunder the contents of our... I guess we don't need to do power straight away. We can do that later. Maybe we build the platform and stuff first. Platform and rockets. We've just got that ready to go if we need to. Maybe put that on this hill over here. Just in case the sea level rises further, right? You know, thinking ahead. Let's have another extraction platform up here. If I can. I guess I can't put it on the rocks. No, I'm not allowed to put it on the rocks. Okay, well. It's as high up as it can go at that point. So there we go. And straight away we should be able to also build another interplanetary travel rocket. But we might want to keep hold of the extra energy multiplier fuse at the moment. Everything else we can kind of put in inventory. So we'll build that last. But we've now got ourselves a little extra space. So next thing can be resource extractor. We can select what we want for this one. Oh, okay. The geological structure of the soil of this moon does not allow the extraction of minerals. Alright, so we got baited into that one. So we're not going to use those materials at all. Interesting. I wonder if that's the same for the other moon, that you're not allowed to extract anything? That makes it challenging. Okay, well, harvesting robot. Can we do that at least? Could also build ourselves a locker now. Oh, here's phosphorus. Our first look of phosphorus. Let's get some iron. See, that's why I wanted the ore extract. Actually, I should have just brought the materials with the tier 1 anyway. But I just wanted to be able to get the basic materials like iron, silicon, things like that. Because I'm going to have to go swimming soon to find all of those. Hopefully we still get some of the asteroids that crash down and give us materials as well. We'll find out, I guess. We're going to use this as a sort of antechamber, I think. Actually, I could always build a tier 2 locker storage. What am I using the extra super alloy for? No, I should have brought more super alloy. Yeah, so then I could immediately do tier 2. That's fine. We'll hope to find extra soon enough. So we can put some of these things away. So the rocket engines we'll put away. The circuit boards we'll put away. Fusion cells. And then we'll get everything else out of our other inventory. There we go. Actually, we'll leave more food in there. That's fine. Let's find a couple more iron and expand our base just a little bit anyway. Just to have a little bit more breathing room. This is Aqualis. Yes, this is the aquatic moon that we get the option to explore. Oh, we have different music. I like a lot. So let's put down our nuclear fusion power. We'll just stick you in the corner for now. There we go, power restored. And, bonus, we're going to also put down machine optimizer with a bunch of fuses to make this produce 6,500 kilowatts. So we should be good on power for a while. And the next step is, where's our... Oh yeah, I was going to put the extractor down to give me heat and pressure. Ah, that's annoying, so I can't do that. I might instead end up putting down... I can actually put down tier 5 drill, come to think of it, with the resources that I'm not using. So we can just do a big drill. And if I get some explosive powder, should have brought some explosives, then I can do a tier... I can just do a tier 4 heater probably in the meantime. But we can put down a tier 5 drill, which also does produce a bit of heat as well. Yeah, not much, but a little bit. Doesn't feel like we need heat on this planet, though. Harvesting robot. Let's put the harvesting robot down. I'm curious to see what it gives me. You can live over here. What can I extract? Apparently nothing. Okay, well, you're a fat lot of use then. Maybe in the water. We'll try putting you in the water. It let me place it at least. It didn't give me a warning to say that it wasn't going to do anything. So, tier 3 tree spreader. Yeah, right by the giant drill. No, maybe we'll put it over by the rocket platform instead. Okay, so let's get some trees growing. New blueprint received, interplanetary exchange shuttle. Right, so that's the ability to ferry resources between planets, I think. We should build a blueprint screen, so we need some silicon and some more iron. See, this is where having the rover would have actually been a good idea. I should have paid attention to what it suggested. Ooh, tier 7 backpack. Interesting. I don't even have the ability to create a tier 2 crafting thing either. That might be an issue. I didn't think of that. That's a bit short-sighted of me, because I need aluminium for that. Is there aluminium? I guess we'll find out. We might have to go foraging for things. So what is it for the vehicle platform? I should have just deconstructed the one I had. Okay, allows you to retrieve any resources you have on other planets. But we need cosmic quartz, tier 2 rocket engine, and uranium rod for that. Those are humble things, not this planet's things. Okay. I wonder if I do need to just build the extraction rocket and just fire off back to the other planet for the time being. But then I have to make another rocket, I think. And each one of those requires an energy multiplier fuse, which is a lot. Interesting. Well, let's see if we can drink the water. Only completed Prime, now I'm on Humble. Yeah, I did Prime originally on the first release of the game. And then I just finished Humble and decided that now was a good time to experiment with Aqualis. Okay, this is the Void, it seems. We're not seeing much here. Has it put me at the edge of the map? I'll need to make like a map satellite and everything as well, of course. Huh. Do we just go island hopping for now? Maybe looking on or in the water as a bait. Maybe we're not meant to do that. Okay, we do have the map already. That's interesting. I did not expect that. I thought that I was going to have to launch my own satellite. Oh, hello. Okay, so the harvester gives me phosphorus pretty much everywhere. That's not very useful, is it? Not very useful at all, but I can jetpack across the water. Yeah, so it's all phosphorus in the open ocean. And otherwise, nothing. These look interesting. And it said no sign of life or anything. I really need a tier 4 GPS satellite. I'm going to need to be able to make a food grower or something as well. I have some high quality food, but not much. I didn't think this through enough, did I? We might just have to burn the resources to fly back to our humble planet in order to be able to basically just survive on here. I thought I was going to be able to at least harvest resources, and maybe that would let me find something, but they don't give me a fishing pole, so I guess that makes it a bit difficult. I need to build all the screens that give me like the idea of progress and blueprints and stuff, so I can see whether or not I can, or see if it tells me what I unlock at various points. Took you 4 trips back to sort out all your bad decisions. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be me as well. Oops. Never mind. Mostly just want iron at this point. I was expecting to be able to use the extractor as the other thing, because that would have been handy. Let's grab a couple of cobalt as well, because I might want to put some windows on. First, we need to at least put a base down and get ourselves oxygen. Then we can put some corner units on and stuff as well. May as well, right? Rather than making windows, we'll make some curved pieces. Let's make a little 2x2. Iron. Iron is in kind of short supply, interestingly. Oh, what are you? Clam. Oh, hello. Clam gives me things. Osmium and osmium rod. Okay. Clams have all sorts of interesting things on them, it turns out. Okay. Well, can any of them give me, like, some squash or something? I'm not going to be able to make, food or anything. I should have brought some seeds, right? That's the other thing. Some basic stuff. At least I thought to bring some food of sorts. Which I'll wait until I'm truly starving before I get that. Silkworm is not very useful. Unless I make a recycling thing. That's expensive to care about. Okay. Well, I think we just go clam diving or clam hunting for now. Solar... The things that... Oh, honey. Why is there how is there honey? Sorry, what? How is there honey? It makes no sense. I think they should have put a bit of restriction on the clam resource pool. And the other thing I'm curious about is whether or not they respawn their inventories effectively, where they collect things from their environment. I'm guessing not, but... Quartz craft station. Okay. Well, I need cosmic quartz and aluminium for that, and I haven't seen either of those things here. Clams murder bees. Apparently... Hey, okay, squash. Okay, we just happen to have some squash. So this makes literally no sense, but I'll take it. I'll take that. That is going to give me things that have no right to exist on this planet. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. See, bacteria sample makes more sense. So weird. I think they didn't think this through. I think there should have been a very restricted resource set that clams were able to give you. And things like squash and honey should not really have been part of it. Okay, I've gathered those. Let's try putting our harvesting robot down again. But I'm going to guess... yeah, nothing. Okay. You give me phosphorus if I put you in the water, it seems, but that's it. Let's fill up on oxygen again. Almost out of inventory space. Let's go back to my mainland base. Grab whatever iron I find, so then I can make like another container. I'm glad I at least thought to bring like a drill and the tree spreader. So our terraformation index has been zooming. Still going to take us a long time. But I think maybe we just deconstruct a couple of our heaters or something and bring those as well. I mean, we want to continue ramping up our original planet as well, I believe. Because the solar system overall grants us things eventually. Make more living compartments if I want. I should make some, these corners here, actually. So I want a couple of titanium and a couple of cobalt. Okay, we've already got some trees growing. That's a good start. Oh, there were some clams right here as well. Eggplant seeds. Okay. Well, that's a good start in terms of food requirements. Oh, aluminium. Okay. I'm going to have to use that sparingly, I think. Because, yeah, I haven't seen any more. Some more clams over here. Mushrooms as well. Okay. Would have been nice to get the seeds, but... because one eggplant alone, I mean, they only give me 25 anyway. It's not enough. I don't want to go back and forth between planets too much, because that just feels really cheesy. So much osmium here. And silkworms for some reason. I can't eat silk. So, not the most useful thing in the world. Okay, beans, but not bean seeds. Fish eggs. Interesting. If I can get a fish farm down at some point, well, that's, I guess, well, that's what the silk is good for. Ooh, we have earthquakes happening. Alright. I don't know what that means, but that's part of the development of the planet, so... And there's a big lot of smoke rising over there. Okay. Oh, we have more land, it seems. It's just straight up lifting up. Okay. So that's how that works. Alright. New place to explore. Fine. That's interesting. That's an interesting way of doing things. Why are you not letting me put you down there? I have the ingredients. Oh, now you are. How strange. Okay, let's put you in. So now I can, like, see out to that new island. And I want to put a desk down facing this direction, ultimately. And get a blueprint screen, ideally. Not sure if the blueprint screen is actually the one to look at necessarily, but it also shows me, like, my track. Okay, so we do have just a general terraformation track for this planet specifically. And biomass. When we get 10 KT, we get some special frog eggs, and then we get 1000 KT as the special tree seeds. Okay. So the next thing is tier 3 fertilizer. 290 per second tier 2 wind turbine. That's not bad, to be honest. Especially given the energy expenditure to, well, the resources to make it. Because they do not need nearly as many resources as, yeah, in fact, I can almost make one, iron and silicon. And that'll boost my production quite significantly. But I would really like a biolab. I need 2 more super alloy. Do I have a couple more super alloy? I have 1. I would need a recycling thing to break down super alloy rods. Maybe it is worth making a recycling machine. Where are they? Here. So I need 3 super alloy for that too. Well, that's annoying. That's quite rude. What's happening now then? Asteroids of some description. Because I want to be able to make the beans and honey into superfood. Okay, standard asteroids. Does that mean that I might get... Let's just put, like, rods in there, shall we? All of these rods can go in there. And then everything else can go in here. Super alloy rods as well. And sure, zeolite too. Mushroom. Oh, I have 3 silkworms, so that's actually enough to make a silkworm thing. Need zeolite for that. I mean, is that useful? I don't know. I guess we do want silk. Because then I can make the, like, fish farms and stuff do use silk. So that is actually useful. We need a food grower as well. Preferably a Mark 2, but I don't have fertilizer. So I can only make a Mark 1. It's enough to keep me going a little bit. Aluminium in a water bottle. Ah. Okay, so I can't make a food grower then. Right. I'm definitely going to need to go back to my main planet. I'm going to need a water life collector first, as well as a fish farm. Because I need that to get the phytoplankton. Alright. If I want to make fish farms. I mean, I found eggs, so I kind of do, but... Right, let's see if we can find some more resources. If they drop some aluminium, that would be nice. Iron and aluminium. Cobalt, iron. Oh, good. Aluminium. Excellent. You know what would be really good? Super alloy meteor shower. That would be super broken right now. Okay, well I got one more aluminium. It's something? Oh, more aluminium. Good. I guess they did fall into the water as well, didn't they? Well, let's go up to the other island at some point as well. I guess that's why on here it showed the phosphorus icon at that point. It's on the new island, so another island is going to pop up here probably. How big is this map area? Quite, it seems. This is why I want to be able to zoom out further. Oh, sulfur over there. Not that useful, but okay. The shading difference, I'm guessing, is the edge of the world. So it's not too much further north. That'll probably be the northernmost island, I guess. Okay, and then we're getting the planetary rings. Okay, I'm guessing that's probably the edge of the world off that direction as well at that point. Plenty of room for a Cyclops here. I'll just take a sea moth, thanks. Sulfur and phosphorus. This is really just a fertilizer planet, isn't it? Well, I can make some more lockers at least. So that's a good start. And I have 3 aluminium on me. I can now make a tier 2 crafting thing. I'm not sure how useful it's going to be. I can make a bigger backpack with it at least. I need titanium and magnesium. Okay, I haven't been bothering with either of those things. So I guess I'll find some now. Magnesium. Hope they have some water vehicles. Yeah, that would be cool. I was thinking it would be good to have a little bit more in the way of aquatic stuff. And yep, sure enough, they added a whole damn planet for it. Tier 7 backpack. Okay, well I need a lot of stuff for that. But now I know how to make that, I guess I can make that back on Humble instead. Okay, so that's not very useful for me. It was nice to get, but yeah, not actually very useful. Progress screen. Terraforming screen. Need some cobalt for that. I should have extended this out a bit further. We can do that as well. Let's put another one of these down here first. This will probably push out even further as well. But for now, let's just put some screens up so we can see what we're doing. So, progress screen. Go there. Seismic activity, we're 23% to corals. Okay. And then the terraformation screen here so we can see our numbers. We can see them in the blueprint screen as well, but it's nice to have the big one. And it shows the rate as well that way. So 34,000 oxygen. Yeah, heat is definitely the smallest one. But they don't have independent tracks anymore, so kind of doesn't matter. Oxygen is definitely the winner. Biomass, if we can get some animals in the water, that's going to help. So first we need a water life collector before we start making fish farms. Bioplastic, superalloy, and silk. Got some more silk? Yep, good. I did have one there anyway. Bioplastic nugget. Good, that's enough to make a life collector. So we're off to a good start in that regard. But yeah, we need water bottles. Oh, atmospheric collector. Of course, we can make an atmospheric collector. Or even a lake collector for that matter. I'm an imbecile. Lake water collector, too expensive. Atmospheric collector, we do have some stuff. It's one of everything, basically. Uses up our last superalloy. We're going to have to hope that we get more. Let's put you down there. So you'll start collecting stuff. How long we got to wait? 60 seconds or something? 150 seconds. Okay, well, fine. Whatever. Phytoplankton A. That's what I need for the fish farm. But I need more silk and another bioplastic nugget, which I would need another mushroom for. But we can also just deconstruct the life collector once we get a few of these. We can get 4 superalloy just by deconstructing our fusion, it must be said. We could just do that at some point, which is kind of amusing. Also our silkworm thing, did that use any? No. Oh, that's where our water bottle went. Okay. Right, that makes sense. So if we can just make, like, yeah, tier 2 wind turbine would be handy. Then we can get the superalloy back. And then we can make a recycling machine, and then we can break apart rods in order to get more. Okay, first I need 2 microchips of deconstruction. What's our power like? I mean, we can make stuff even when things are unpowered, though. This says it uses minus 12.5. I'm curious. If we deconstruct you, everything powers down. If we make the recycling machine, stick a superalloy rod into the recycling machine, and yeah, it still works. That's the thing, is all of the terraformation stops. We stopped it on 68. Just short of greatness. So we can now do that, and now we can make this again. There we go. And now we can just put this back down again because we have the extra superalloy, come to think of it. Nice. So now we have a way to get more superalloy and other things. Good. Cheese! Tasty, tasty cheese. We might want to be able to make a teleporter as well, actually. As long as I keep finding more, like, superalloy rods and stuff, then that's all good. We're going to need to eat soon. Water. You got at least... Okay, one's good. One's a good start. That's enough to put down a food grower. Iron and aluminium. So I need iron again. Keep needing more iron. I was hoping to find some fertilizer. Which, you know, again, makes no sense, but it makes about as much sense as finding honey or beans. So, you know, there was always the chance. The fact that you can't put down even a basic ore extractor, it's kind of annoying. Like, fair enough not having advanced materials, but I feel you should at least be able to put down just a tier 1. Just to have something, like just get basic resources without having to just keep hunting for more. Because the asteroids still come down, so it's not like they're not giving you resources for free still. We're going to prioritize eating the squash just in case we can make the biolab. In fact, we can now make the biolab. Okay, let's get that down. Because that allows us to make more things. So let's actually stick that here if we can. Nice. Of course, I want to put it around the other way. It's hard to see where the desk is. What? And it doesn't want to connect it on. Okay, it wants to cover the door, so then I couldn't even get into my base. It doesn't want to put that one corner there. Huh? But why? Because I think... Oh, it almost did just then. Okay, there. Because I think that's how I want it in terms of the desk. Yeah, facing this way. There we go, because now my desk is here. Cool, now I can make more high quality food out of what I found. It's just more efficient, that's all. Instead of 10 and 60, it becomes 90. Good, and that means that I can also work towards like fertilizer and stuff if I can make... Well, I'll be growing eggplants shortly. We need to put down an algae collector, ideally. Even just a tier 1 is better than nothing. Needs eggplant for that, and that needs fertilizer for that. Okay, well. For now, let's just fly over to Phosphorus Island. I'm hoping that in addition to phosphorus, there might be other things we can collect. Okay, we have a purple island. We have green clams here. Special clam. Ooh, okay. More eggplant seeds. Excellent. Oh, I can deconstruct the clam. That feels rude. Also, there's just loose superalloy. Alright, well. Fine then. Guess I didn't need to worry about superalloy. Now, is that the only... Okay, just superalloy rod just sitting out of the ground. Okay, there's going to be frogs here as well. That's interesting to know. Okay. Well, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Well, let's put our harvester robot in here somewhere. We also need to make a base before I... there's no primary resources on this rock, on this island? No. Okay, we need to immediately head back, because otherwise I'm going to run out of oxygen. Because I'm about halfway on my gauge. It's a trap! Let's go straight back to base. And then we're going to grab base materials before we come back. Never leave home without base materials. I should also make another oxygen canister, because I used the oxygen canister on the silkworm farm. So I should make another one of those. Okay, let's eat that. Go inside, fill up on oxygen. Alright. 1, 2, 3. One of those. Let's find another cobalt. So now we can make a base. And that's for an oxygen canister. Right. We can drop off some of the things we picked up while I'm here. Oh, let's get our other eggplants growing as well, straight away. And I just realized I never even tried deconstructing the clams that are on this island. I was wondering whether or not they would get more resources with that, like, gather more things, but I guess not. Superalloy and phosphorus. Okay. Didn't have to worry about superalloy in the end, turns out. Alright. Okay, game. Fair enough. I was not aware of your game. Let's collect some more phytoplankton as well. Yeah, because you're full, and then deconstruct you, because I now want to turn you into a fish farm, at least temporarily. And put some eggs that I found. There. Artabu fish eggs. 1,500, so they're special eggs as well. Perfect. And get you going. So let's see what you look like. Nice. Tropical fishies. Very nice. And that'll ramp things in terms of our animals. So that's 4 kilograms of them per second. As well as some plants and some insects. Cool. Now that I've got 2 eggplants do only give 25. Which is not good enough. You think you could eat the clams? Yeah, you'd think, eh? You'd think that you could, yeah, harvest clam meat or something. You're just a vegetarian in this game in general. Like, there's no non-vegetation food source, really. I guess, is honey considered? Well, yeah, honey's vegetarian, but it's not vegan, I think. Something like that. Right, so over here we can now put a base down, crucially. We can deconstruct the green clam as well. We've pretty much proven that clams do not restore their contents. There's no point keeping them around. But we can at least put a base up here. The island is kind of still climbing. Maybe by the improbable waterfall. Where is this water coming from exactly, huh? Where is this water coming from? Are we led to believe that there is a spring in this bit right here? I guess so. I guess that's just how the game is working. Okay, whatever. Well, let's put a base up here anyway. Cool, and ideally we'll put a window up here too at some point. Let's put our harvester robot down here, like, because it shouldn't matter where it is. And yeah, phosphorus is the only thing you can actually harvest. That's disappointing. I was really hoping that you would have more options. Mind. We could put some fish in this pond at some point if we wanted to. We can collect some superalloy anyway. We can do our own harvesting. Well, this is a pretty little spot down here as well, actually. Interesting. Strange that there's no other resources on this island. It is just superalloy. That would be the other fun thing, is if you could plant clams, like you could construct them using the same, like, superalloy and iron, that you could construct more clams. And then over time, oh yeah, just superalloy rod, cool. Over time that they would accumulate resources that you could then deconstruct them, make them again. Okay, another silkworm. Another eggplant seed. Good, good. Another clam. Another silkworm. Okay, we're almost full because we've just been stocking up on superalloy. Golden... Oh, hello. Golden clam with a golden seed. Interesting. It's more fish eggs. Alright. Well, we can't make another fish farm yet, but... Well, I guess we leave you be for now. I do want... Oh, there's cosmic quartz here as well. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Haven't sorted out them harvesters yet. Yeah. Need to walk one around and see what you can actually harvest. It seems nothing. I mean, the resource map, once you have the tier 2 information rocket, it shows what you can harvest where. And it seems on this planet the only things you can harvest is phosphorus and sulfur. So it's great for fertilizer and nothing else. Another green clam there. Okay. So we've got some special clams on the phosphorus island. I'm trying to avoid going back to the other planet for as long as I can. So we're doing alright resource-wise. Food-wise, 2 food growers should be enough to keep us going for a while. I guess I can get more aluminium by breaking down more superalloy rods. So there's that. I did just find a couple of spare rods. So that actually gets me more aluminium. And eventually we'll be able to get fertilizer, which then I can trade the aluminium back again. So that's nice. But for now I can't make the fertilizer because I need the eggplants. So, you know, it's a bit of a catch-22 currently. So I can put 3 of those in. So my first eggplant is going to go into tier 1 algae generator. Actually, you know what else I can probably do? 2 of those, 1 of those, 2 of those, 1 of those. While I'm not using them for anything else, let's slap down another couple of giant drills and accelerate things a little bit more, shall we? I wish it was 2 osmium rods and 1 superalloy rod instead. There we go. Nice. Are these all falling in the water? I think they might be. It's not very handy, is it? 1, 2, 3. Boom. Simultaneous. Some titanium. So now we need lots of iron. As much as we can grab. Ah, good. Aluminium. Thank you. We also want lots of that. Don't really care about the other things. Pretty much just iron and aluminium. There was a couple of clams over here. I can deconstruct them and get the superalloy. Cool. And now we can get our other launch platform. Could I put it over the water? I'm gonna guess probably not. Fun as that would be. I just want to put it down here if I can. No. Okay, well, where should we put it? You know what? That's fine right there. So I've got 2 rocket engines. It's a good start. And then I just need superalloy, which is plentiful right now. In fact, we even have overflow. 2 of those. And then I need 3 silicon, I think, for iridium rockets. That's the first thing I want. I mean, I can get loose iridium just by breaking up rods as well, of course. And then I also want cobalt because I want to boost pressure too. It's funny how silicon is usually so rare. And I'm kind of drowning in it here. Well, mainly because it's a beach, I guess that does make sense. Ah, you're ready. Good. That means I can now make the algae generator. So let's do that straight away. Right, and then... Can't make the tier 2 heat one or anything at the moment, but... Oh, I just used a superalloy on the algal generator, of course. Let's empty you out while I think of it as well. Just want to keep on top of some of those things. Here are those. Yeah, food level low again. We're not yet at the point that we can sustain ourselves. We're going to have to balance using the eggplants for useful things versus... Oh, that's pressure. Nice. Good, because that's what we're mostly using. We've got 3 of those. Now that gets super boosted. We've got plenty of uranium rods, so I don't care about attracting uranium right now. So let's just do the iridium first. I wish I could catch and eat the fish. At the very least, I just want to be able to have some mushrooms as well. Would be nice to be able to make bioplastic nugget. They're just going into the ocean. That's not very smart. This is the DLC and not some mods? Yes, this is the DLC. So there was the Humble DLC, and then I think the Moons update was just a straight update. I don't think it was an extra DLC. I can't remember. I was doing the Humble DLC first, and now I've moved on to one of the Moons. And it is fun. Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, scratch the same issue. If you enjoyed the first game, you'll enjoy the DLC. Oh, they just went so far down into the ocean. That's so annoying. Because I can't jetpack underwater, so I move so slowly. That's really irritating. How am I meant to collect these? Oh, and there's other materials that fell down here from the previous asteroids as well. Well, we can see if we can find more aluminium, I guess, too. We just need to keep an eye on our oxygen. We don't have an air bladder like in Subnautica to be able to go shooting up. Oh, okay, no, they fell even further. Okay, thanks, game. So nice of you. I don't even know how deep I am. This is where having one of the vehicles is good, because you can just drive underwater. Oh, why did I come up for air? I can't breathe in the atmosphere either. That didn't achieve anything. I do have an oxygen canister on me. Yes, good. So I can stay down here for a while. Then as soon as I use up my canister, that's my cue to go back to the surface. Okay, titanium don't care. Silicon don't care. Sneaks in here, bladder. That would be handy. Seamoth will be even nicer. Humble came first, then released the Moons. Yeah, so the Moons is an update here. Yeah, and the Humble one is really cheap. Like, if you liked the game at all and want to just support the devs, just get the Humble DLC. And the new planet is cool. I did enjoy it. Okay, so I guess the Iridium ones fell further out to sea. Let's collect a couple of cobalt because that'll replace my oxygen tank that I'm going to be using shortly. Okay, I see Iridium. At least it means that the rocks will kind of fell away. Okay, let's have that now, and that now as well. I really want the ability to... I could probably put down some bees, actually. And I can at least get honey. Love base game despite the bugs. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Yeah, the multiple rockets thing is the most standout bug. And the fact that you can just do the unstuck abuse to get anywhere in the game is also kind of broken, but, you know, it is what it is. You don't have to do that, of course. So, okay, then the other one's over there. Right, it's where it's sloping up to meet the next island, looks like. Let's head back. Global power as well. Yeah, global power is broken. But how else would you do it, right? Otherwise you just have to do, like, distribution networks. If you at least had to put in some power poles, I could get behind it, but I wouldn't want it to be full-on, like, Satisfactory where you have to connect everything, because that's tedious. I don't like the having to connect up every single thing. But if you had to put, like, power distribution poles down or something with a certain range, that would kind of make sense. Otherwise, I think they just had to be more restrictive on where you could put certain things. Like, late game, once you can just slap a teleporter down wherever you damn well please, there's no, like, special room that it has to be in or anything. That's pretty broken. Okay, we have some more iridium. Let's first make oxygen capsules. Now, I had a couple of sulfur. Yes, in fact, I've got 3. Well, one of them's going to be used for... I actually already had a couple of iridium. That's funny. One of them's going to be used for fertilizer, for sure, once we get the algae. Yeah, that uses 1. Oh, that uses 2. Okay. Well, I do want an explosive powder, that's the thing. Because how much do I really want that? I would like to boost my heat more, though. That's the thing. Okay, that's fine. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. It's fine. It's fine. And then I currently don't actually have the advanced crafting thing to be able to turn all this iridium into a rod yet again. So that's a bit of a problem. One of those. And now I can make a tier 4 heater, I think. Yeah, a couple of iridium rods from here. Good. So you can stick you outside at least. Okay, that'll help boost our heat track at least. And then we can cool down more iridium asteroids too. Alright, time to drink. And now, historically, when I take a break, I need to take a short break to attend to my daughter's needs. Historically, I usually leave the game running, but because food and stuff is so precious for me in this, I am actually going to have to pause. And I don't think I can do that without bringing up the menu, so unfortunately you're going to be staring at this for a while.